Your voice is like soothing. Like I feel like you could do
put
an
it on a
audio
little bit
book.
for the voiceovers.
Maybe, but most of it's natural. Yeah, do us a little.
Hold on, I got something right there.
Shay is like the perfect person. If this makes
Many
it to
people
you
don't.
on the interwebs and you don't know Shay, that's surprising. But he's been on television. He's been working for People magazine, writing about food. He obviously, like he said, does his own videos about food. You went to culinary school.
I did, yes.
You've done like everything food related.
I do too many things. I'm jealous of people that have like one niche, like they do Disney or theme parks.
Yeah.
Because then you can just focus on that. My brain goes a million different ways, so I gotta keep it fresh all the time. But I do a lot of Disney content. That's what performs best on TikTok, at least.
It is what it is.
It's what the people want.
We're happy with it. I was gonna say, as someone who's here, I love seeing it. Your voice is like soothing. Like I feel like you could do
put
an
it on a
audio
little bit
book.
for the voiceovers.
Maybe, but most of it's natural. Yeah, do us a little.
Hold on, I got something right there. I used to do a weekly segment of like new foods that were in the supermarket, which everyone wants me to bring back, but I can only do so much. But it would always start with, okay, here are 5 new foods that you need to know about this week. And that's when I really put it on and ham it up. But this is my just like normal talking voice.
Just to add more to your plate, would you consider doing an audiobook? Because I would certainly pay to hear Shay read an audiobook.
I'm working on a book that won't, but it's not conducive to audio.
Okay.
Maybe one day when I write my memoir.
Oh.
Nobody wants to read that. Super boring.
Well, I would listen to it.
But I some people say you should do like voiceover work. I just don't know how to do that. So if anyone knows like how you do that, send me a message.
We're here at, this is Old Key West.
Not to be confused with the real Key West.
We're trying to capture the essence of Key West as best we can. Next time, I'll just have to drive to Key West.
And my shirt does say "Blessed in Key West." You can buy them on my website. That's my shameless plug for now.
It will be plugged.
It probably won't be my first one.
So
it's so comfortable. Wow. It's
I'm
like
really
wearing
jealous.
nothing at all.
Exactly what you want to hear when it's hot out.
It actually, and I'm not just saying this because I was worried that coming and wearing this in the heat was going to kill me. Mm-hmm. No, it's very breathable.
It looks like PJs almost.
Yeah, and so comfy. Anyway.
So I'm jealous. I should have asked to get a little sample one to wear. Shay Spence.
Shay Spence. So it's a double entendre. Or is that what? I don't know if I use that right.
I think that's what it's called.
Because it's CHEZ Spence. My name is Shay, SHAY Spence. The brand is CHEZ, which means at the home of Spence. So it's like mostly clothes right now, but we're getting into kitchen apparel and home stuff. We have really fun oven mitts. They're all inspired by Key West. They're all inspired by the lizard that lived on my front porch. His name is Teal. And we have a bunch of Teal merchandise that I think is really great. It's my favorite.
Like he said, Shay lives in Key West, so this is like, what do you compare it to Key West on the scale?
Well, it's better. We don't have theme parks in Key West or even a water park. So, you know what? They do a really good job of capturing the vibe here. All the colors of the buildings, where all the rooms are. The pool is amazing here. They have really good key lime pie too. I just had it over at Olivia's now. And I like that key lime pie, but my favorite of the key lime things here at this resort is the key lime Dole Whip over at Goods to Go. I think it's with the little grab and go by the pool. And I'm pretty sure it's the only place in all of Disney World where you can get key lime Dole Whip, except for right now at Disney Springs. But anyway, year round, the only place you can get it. Hot tip.
And it's in his Disney food guide.
It's in my Disney food guide,
if you're curious,
which you can purchase.
You can purchase
one-time
that too.
purchase.
It's worth it. I will say, as someone who is like now that I'm going to a lot of Disney restaurants, it's a perfect way to be like, let me get a picture that's a real picture. Let me get a couple of little tips.
Yeah, I'm working on updating it all right now, but it basically almost all the restaurants here at Disney I have a review of, so check it out.
It's impressive. That's a feat to try to keep up with it, so best of luck.
Especially not living here. Like, when I come here for like 4 or 5 day stretches, and I'm like, I have to eat 3 meals a day at a restaurant and get snacks, which is like totally not my vibe in real life. Like, I don't eat breakfast. I'm like a kind of a 1 meal a day person when I'm at home.
Yeah.
But when I'm here, it's just go, 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 go.
Got to keep up with it.
I know. I'm so full from that Olivia's brunch. It was really good though.
Well, I brought him coffee, but if it's too full, don't overdo it this time. Just don't even.
I'm gonna have some. I don't usually drink iced coffee.
It's okay. Listen, guys, I'm very limited on
I'm
my
like
ability.
a hot coffee in the 100 degree Florida heat kind of guy, even, which is kind of crazy. But
yeah, I think that's the way to go.
This is good though. You did a good job.
I suck at making hot coffee.
You did a nice.
It's never too hot or not hot enough. So it's cold. I can put it in the Yeti.
Don't worry about it. Don't worry so much.
I appreciate it. What similarities have you found in crafting custom clothing and also cooking a dish for someone? Are there similarities when you're putting yourself out there, you're kind of embodying what you like into something that someone else is going to consume in some way?
Well, you want it to look beautiful, and you want it to be functional in the way that it needs to be. For example, I want these clothes to look really cool, but also be comfortable, breathable, nice to wear in the heat. And then with a dish, it's the same way. You want it to look beautiful, obviously, especially for cameras and TikToks and things like that. Like, that's actually the hardest thing, is like, I can make food that tastes really good, but since I've been making videos, I realized I have to make it look really good too. And so it's all about finding both, you know, the aesthetic and the quality, and that goes to both clothing and food, I would say.
But I'm going to give you 3 resorts, and you're going to pick rent, purchase, sell.
Rent, purchase, sell. So rent would be like
the middle tier.
Okay.
The one that you want to have temporary relations with.
Would be the
purchase is
F.
like F would be
the F? Okay.
No, but you can say it. I just won't put it.
Okay.
That's the sell. Sell is like get rid of.
Okay.
And then purchase is your favorite.
Okay, yeah, okay. I get it.
So I picked 3 for you. I didn't want to just pick your top 3 favorite because I know you've listed them before, but I picked some of the middle ones. So they're going to be Wilderness Lodge because you're staying there, and we'll talk about it.
All right.
Animal Kingdom Lodge, and the last one is the Boardwalk. And you can encompass anything: the rooms, the dining, the vibe. You just have to pick. One of them is getting sold.
Rude question. This is too hard. Are you?
I try so hard to make it hard.
You need to throw in.
No.
I
can't throw you in an easy one.
The All-Star movies or something. Give me a break. No,
I'll give you a 4th one.
Nothing against All-Star movies. Just I think it's great. No, I actually like All-Star movies. All-Star sports is not for me because of the sports of it all and the cheerleading competitions and things. I'm getting off subject.
Me too.
Okay.
No, it's fine.
All right. We had Boardwalk, Animal Kingdom Lodge, and Wilderness Lodge. And this is really tough because Wilderness Lodge and Animal Kingdom Lodge, to me, feel like sister properties. They're very similar aesthetically.
Yes.
They both have pros and cons, and I think that, oh gosh. I love Animal Kingdom Lodge so much, and I think that it's the most unique, one of the most unique resorts in the world, and the fact that you can have that Savannah view is amazing to me, and it has the best food of any Disney resort in my opinion, easily. My one drawback is the location. I don't like the location as much because it takes a little longer time to get to the parks. But if we're just talking resorts and hanging out at resorts, one that I want to go back to over and over again, I mean, I'm gonna marry that. But what do I'm gonna purchase? I'm gonna purchase. So now we're between Wilderness Lodge and Boardwalk.
Yeah. I know how you feel about the potato crusted dish at Flying Fish.
The potato crusted, what kind of fish is this? Snapper?
No, I think it's snapper.
It's a potato crusted, some sort of white fish. I should know this because it's one of my favorite dishes. It is so good. The way they craft that, it's first of all a thing of beauty. This is at the Flying Fish over at Boardwalk. They like, I don't know what I had the chef tell me exactly how they do it once that I just forgot. But they wrap the potato around, they fry it. It's perfectly flaky in the center, sea salt on top. You should show some footage of it.
I'm going to expense this dish so I can go get some nice B-roll
yes,
of
exactly.
it.
Go get some B-roll.
It's for the video, guys.
Show it for the video. You need to see it. My description doesn't do it justice. Okay. And merely because Wilderness is more of a Magic Kingdom resort and Boardwalk is more of an Epcot resort and I'm more of an Epcot guy, I'm going to have to say I'm renting Boardwalk and I'm selling Wilderness, which is tough to say because I am currently staying at Wilderness and I love Wilderness for so many reasons. And he just gave me a really hard question.
I try to make it hard, you know?
Okay.
I don't want it to be a home run.
Okay.
You got to make sacrifices.
That was so tough.
Especially because it's imaginary. Don't worry, you can go back to Wilderness Lodge.
I know.
You can enjoy it. It's
Okay.
not real. It can't hurt you.
Okay.
I promise.
Like my blood pressure's really high right now.
We had you stay at Boulder Ridge. Could you just, what'd you do this week? We haven't caught up about what you've done while you've been kind of in town.
I guess it was awesome because I am working on a writing project, so I've had to do a lot of writing. And to me, it was like a perfect little secluded feeling place to get work done during the day, and I didn't feel too pressured. Like I went and rope drop Magic Kingdom because it's so easy because you have the ferry right there. And then I would come back around noon, beat the heat, hang out at the pool. They have 2 really great pool areas, and what's great about the Boulder Villas is they have their own pool area.
Oh yeah.
It's not an adults only pool, but it kind of feels that way because there's no lifeguard on duty, so there's not a lot of kids there. And me as someone who doesn't have kids, I love that because it's very relaxing, but it's still like a nice, cool pool. And I feel like a lot of the Disney resorts don't have that feature, which I love. What was I saying? Oh, what was I doing this week?
Yeah.
Okay, so I hung out a lot at Geyser Point, which is probably one of the best pool bars / restaurants on Disney property. Now I'm just rethinking everything. The last game that we played because I had such a great week. Okay. They have really good cocktails. They have really good food. The Sriracha buffalo chicken sandwich, I had that twice this week. It was really good. And yeah, it's open until 11. So also if we go to Magic Kingdom at night, come back, you can have a little nightcap before you go up. And it's been a great week.
Yeah.
And one thing I really love about the DVC rooms for me and what I do since I'm always eating out at restaurants and reviewing them, and like sometimes I'm by myself and I have to order multiple dishes and I can't eat them all at once, is having that refrigerator.
Yeah.
Because I can just pack it full of leftovers. My husband just came in today and I've been here alone all week, so it's just full of leftovers from Disney restaurants that he can eat, which is like awesome.
It's so good.
And if I'm staying in a non-DVC room, I don't have that big refrigerator, so I can't, and I don't like food waste either, so anyway.
It's a big perk.
It's a huge perk for me.
It is. I put on here quintessential Texas food. I'm like, what was I even thinking? That's such
I can
Go ahead and do that.
I can start talking. Let's go. Chicken spaghetti. Have you ever had chicken spaghetti? Do you not have that in your part of Texas? Oh, it's so good.
Is it just spaghetti with
so
chicken
good.
and the sauce?
No. Okay. It's
what's
like like a canned soup situation.
Yeah.
So it's like a spaghetti casserole.
Oh.
You're gonna use like cream of mushroom soup, cream of cheddar soup, and like mix it together. Put chicken, put spaghetti, cover it with cheese, bake it. And I, on my Instagram account, have a from scratch recipe that doesn't use any canned soup. Even though, as I said, I am a canned soup. It's a canned soup positive household I live in, but sometimes you want to make it from scratch. Yeah. But it's just like a spaghetti casserole. Very creamy, very delicious. So that's a kind of different. To me, that's like a homemade Texas food.
Okay.
When it comes to like eating out in Texas, it's all about obviously Tex-Mex or barbecue, which to me, like a breakfast taco is a quintessential Texas food. There's this place in Austin I'm going to shout out, Tamale House East. Been around since I think the 50s. And they have a Chipotle migas and queso breakfast taco. So it's like migas where you have like the chips, tortilla chips, cooked in like really fluffy eggs with queso and a Chipotle ranchero sauce, all in a tortilla, a homemade flour tortilla. So you get the textural contrast of the flour tortilla with the crunchy fried corn chips in there. It's just amazing. It's so good.
You're talking my language. You hadn't written for people in a long time, right? But you just had one come out like a month ago.
So I spent 5 years as the food editor at People, and now I freelance for them.
Yeah.
But only on occasion, because most of my time is spent doing social media stuff.
But I saw the most recent one was...
It pays better.
That's totally
But
fair.
I love writing,
Listen,
and I
totally
love
fair.
writing, and I miss doing it. You want to hire me as a writer, I'm available sometimes.
But you wrote about Austin. You wrote about, the most
Yes.
recent one was about Austin, and I went to college in Austin, and when I look back, the things that I miss the most in Austin are Garro's on
Yes.
South Congress, and I
Love
miss
that
Gus's
place.
Fried Chicken, which I know are in other places, but...
Well, it started in Gus's started in Memphis, and then they opened one in Austin. And I remember when they opened it, it was the most exciting thing. Because one of my best friends is from Memphis, and he was like, "We gotta go get this chicken," and it's probably some of the best fried chicken I've ever had.
Okay. So I'm not like, even though it necessarily didn't make your top list or you weren't mentioning it in that article, I'm not
It's
a
up
complete
there
failure.
for
It's
sure.
up there. Okay.
And I guess maybe in my mind it's not technically like
That's
an
fair.
Austin original, but it doesn't matter. It's so good.
Yeah, I think of that, and then obviously like Kirby Lane for
Kirby
like
Lane.
going there.
When I was in high school, Kirby Lane, Magnolia Cafe, no RIP. Well, I think they still have one. They got rid of the location that we used to hang out at. It's 24 hours, diner food, and a really cool like setting. Though it's not just like a typical diner setting. Like, getting some Kirby queso at the end of the night.
All right.
I'm reminiscing.
Okay. So I'm not a complete failure. The other one, there was one. I'm actually really sad about it. Did you ever go to Texas French bread?
All the time.
It burned down. Did you know that?
Oh wait, I remember.
Yeah.
But that was a bit ago. Are they rebuilding?
It was a bit ago. I don't know if they've rebuilt it, but that was like, I have
Texas
so many
French
memories.
bread.
Oh, that place,
my
the
gosh.
potato. They had like
That's
these
like
potatoes.
one of those things, like a nostalgic thing. Like you walk in. Like as a kid, my mom would take me to Texas French bread. You smell the bread when you walk in.
From selling out all the pork shoulder at a Colorado Whole Foods butcher with your incredible pulled pork recipe samples for your dad's hot sauce that you were promoting, to have Chrissy Teigen reposting your pizzadilla recipe on Instagram and going overnight viral. You've described the feeling as like pulling a slot machine, and it's like you just want to get more of that. And my question is, what is like the one not mass volume, but what is the one compliment, the biggest compliment that you've ever received?
One of my favorite Food Network people is the Pioneer Woman, Ree Drummond. She's awesome. She regularly has been commenting on my food videos. Like I made a King Ranch casserole recently, and she commented about. So I guess she didn't try it, but she's always like, "This looks so good." And every time I get a comment from her, I'm like, "Man, this is awesome."
Okay.
So that comes to mind. My husband compliments me all the time on my food, but he says that to everything. So then it doesn't mean anything. And I say, "Can you be more specific? Like, what do you like about it? Like, how?" And he'll always be like, "This is one of the best things you've ever made. You should put that in your cookbook." And I say, "You said that about everything." So I've become immune to his compliments, but that's really sweet because it could be the other way around where he like criticizes me. Although sometimes I do want to critique. As I'm trying to like build a collection of recipes that should potentially be published.
Right.
And I want them all to be perfect. I'm like, you got to give it to me straight. Is it too salty? Sometimes he'll say things are too salty because he has a different palate than me. I think like a lot of like culinary trained people tend to oversalt or tend to be on the saltier side. We all have that kind of palate. But I've learned to kind of pull it back. And I think it's actually made me a better cook because you want to be able to cook for everyone's palate. And you know what? People can add salt if they want it. Have I mentioned I love DVC? Specifically the DVC Rental Store. I have to say,
me too.
I've partnered with y'all, obviously. It's actually the best tip that I give people to save money at Disney. And it's such an easy like sell for me on like because I believe it so much. Like I've had so many people say I've saved so much money on, especially when you're doing a long trip here and you want to stay at a deluxe resort. I would be singing your praises even if we weren't working together. So I want you all to know it's genuine. And just again, the rooms are awesome. They're big. Yes. Sometimes you get multiple bedrooms. James and I have gotten a 2-bedroom just for the 2 of us sometimes if we don't want to sleep in the same room. And you know what? It works out great.
Yeah, you need the space. And I'm curious on that regard. Have you ever cooked a full meal? I know, like you said, when you come to Disney, it's eating 3 meals a day at a Disney restaurant. But have you, and if you were to cook, what would it be like to cook a full meal? Do you think you could do it?
I could totally do it. I was looking at all of the, they have, they even have like glass casserole dishes and like some really cool ones too. Like, and each room has different kinds of things, I feel like.
Okay.
So I haven't done it only because I'm always reviewing food while I'm here, and the only thing I make is coffee, and I love having the coffee pot in the morning because I like to brew my own hot coffee. I'll teach you sometime how to make coffee.
I really need the training.
But I like to brew my own coffee, and otherwise you have to go down to the lobby. It's like the thing where you have to go to coffee in the lobby every morning, and you don't have to do that there. We can just brew a pot, and it's awesome, and hang out, chill. So that's a huge perk. If I were to cook something, what would it be? Something that Disney doesn't have, like that's really, like it doesn't have a good version of. Which normally, I would say like a nice Indian dish, but we have Eat by Minute over at, and quite frankly at Sanaa has good Indian food. So like a Tex-Mex, I would make breakfast tacos.
There you go.
Can't
That's
get
a good
them here.
one. Yeah.
And now we're circling back to
Now we're circling
question.
back. If Shay Spence cooks me a breakfast taco at a DVC resort, that would probably be peak experience.
All right,
you know,
one
I'm
day
gonna
we'll make it happen.
facilitate
Just
We're
come
gonna-
over,
we're
I'll
gonna
brew you a
bring-
pot of coffee,
Yes.
I'll make you some breakfast tacos. And I would say like breakfast would be the meal I would be most inclined to make in the room.
yeah.
Because otherwise you're like out and about during the day, and you know, you're snacking around. I'm snacking around the parks and so breakfast. I like to have leisurely mornings, even at Disney World.
That's what we gotta do. We're gonna do like a game show where we put you in a resort and you can't leave. You have to cook your meals in there.
Like Love Island, but at Disney World. We'll discuss this.
Yeah. You had mentioned that your mom and your grandma's Lebanese food is like a huge influence, and that's like that thing. What do you think, not to be morbid, but later in life, what dishes do you think your friends and family are going to remember you by? And they're going to take that, and I mean, obviously your recipes are getting distributed out to millions of people, but I'm talking about your friends and family. What's that dish that they're going to be like, this is that one Shay used to make?
Okay, that's a good question. There are a lot of Lebanese dishes, and it would probably be something along those lines, because that's the kind of thing I want to keep passing down, not to my children because they don't exist, but I have a niece and nephew, like to pass it down to them. I love to make this lentil and rice dish called majudra, and it's really, really simple. It's basically like 3 ingredients. You take onions and you almost burn the dickens out of them, and I'm not cursing.
It's not cursing. It's an author. We're talking about.
Yeah. So you take onions, lots of olive oil, and like you have the key to this dish is like you have to basically burn the onions without burning them. Like they have to be so dark. Right before they start to burn, you add them to like the lentil stew.
Okay.
And it flavors the whole dish with like this charred onion thing. And you really only after that need like salt. I'll add maybe some cumin or something. But it's just this very simple, cheap dish, super filling. My mom made it once or twice a week, so it was like always in the fridge. And that is something that I still kind of carry with me. Serve it with some pita.
So when you worked at People Magazine, you mentioned that you kept up, it was like a kind of like a treadmill, keeping up with like viral trends every day, and it was very exhausting. But I'm curious, have any of those viral food trends, have you actually adopted them?
Viral food trends. Okay, this one thing I saw on TikTok, and I can't remember who I originally saw it from. I would credit this person if I could. Was using instant mashed potatoes to like thicken a soup. This is really random, but like rather than make like a roux with butter and flour, or like, you know, like there's a bunch of ways to thicken a soup, cornstarch or whatever, but like if my soup is like thin, or if I have a stew that's too thin, I always keep instant mashed potatoes on hand now, and I just do a little sprinkle, and it doesn't make it taste like potato, it just kind of thickens it a little bit, and it's like the best trick. That's like a lot of these hacks you find on TikTok or whatever, I'm like they're no good. But like that's a really good one that I actually use like on the daily.
Okay.
Not that I make soup on the daily, like I live in Florida, but if I do, you know what I mean?
Daily soup.
Yeah. Some people are like really. There's a huge soup constituency out there.
Your kitchen is gorgeous.
Pretty cool, right?
Do you only film in golden hour? Is that intentional?
I try to not do. I don't do at night.
Yeah.
Because it's also just not the vibe. Like in Key West, it's always 5 o'clock. You know what I mean? So we try to project that in the video. It's just when I was looking for a house, my biggest, like my number one criteria was a nice, well-lit kitchen. When you see the kitchen, that's pretty much my entire house. My nephew and niece just came and visited, and they go, "Your whole house is just your kitchen." And I said, "Yeah, and they said, I don't know. They have attitudes now.
Like I said, your kitchen is gorgeous.
Thank you.
It's like it makes me want to cook, even though I actually don't necessarily. But when I'm watching you on Next Level Chef, it's all I can think about is like bright lights. It's either super hot or super cold. I can never decide in my head what reality TV is like, whether it would have been super hot or cold.
Oh, yeah.
And then I'm like, there's people yelling at you, you don't know what's going on, you're out of your element, and that seems like the worst possible like cooking environment. So I'm curious how it compares when you think about that versus cooking in your home during golden hour in Key West.
I mean, cooking at home is so fun, and it's just like, you know, when I'm not filming, it's still fun when I'm filming recipes, but I'm a little more like self-conscious. Why am I making weird faces? Half the time I edit my videos and I'm just like, you look so weird. Why are you making that face? Anyway, but it's a lot more, in general, when I'm just cooking dinner and stuff, it's like really leisurely relaxing. On Next Level Chef, I'll say the kitchens were freezing cold, but I was sweating the whole time somehow. Because you got hot lights on you too.
Yeah.
But you would walk in and I would be like, I'm like shivering cold, and you're already kind of anxious. And you know what? Like, being like anxious and cold at the same time is like, to me, the two worst feelings.
Yes.
And then you're like, oh, they're rolling a camera on me right now, and I that was my first time doing anything like that, and I was so self-conscious and nervous. And I remember the first challenge we did, I was just like, I can't believe this is happening right now. It was like one of those really out-of-body experiences. I almost started panicking, but there's no time to like have a panic attack. Like, you just gotta cook, and you got the chefs yelling at you and telling you to do this, asking you what you're making, and I'm like, I don't have time to talk. I gotta make things. And then it was a trial by fire, and it was kind of awesome, but I was really glad when it was over. I want to do it again. I'm like, now that I've done it once, I think I would have a lot more fun with the second go around.
They need to do a return, like a returning.
I've been saying this. Bring us back.
Come on, guys, put him back on there.
Give me another chance.
That was what I was wondering about, and I think you even mentioned that like when you're getting your dishes judged at the end, they were telling you like not to make faces, but like the judges have like lights flashing on them. They probably can't even see.
They don't. Well, you don't want They don't want you making faces so they don't know, because they technically aren't supposed to know whose dish is whose.
Only, I guess, the one chef on your level would know.
Yes.
Right.
So they don't want you like reacting, but everybody did anyway. It's almost impossible not to.
I was gonna say, how could you not? You're sitting there after all this, like, basically
and,
a huge
I
pressure.
don't think they could even see us. So
Yeah. That's what I was envisioning it being, either, like I said, super hot or super cold, and cold is definitely worse.
Cold.
God, you come in there
and like especially like even in the top kitchen, which is like real nice, you know. But it's like stainless steel everywhere, and then it's like cold. It's like cold everything, and I feel cold right now, even here in sunny Key West. Before the challenges started, almost every time someone would burst into tears.
Okay, yeah, that makes
Myself
sense.
included. I had one. I'm not a huge crier, especially. I'm like a solo crier. I don't like.
I like that term.
I'm a solo crier. Like when I get by myself, like I can cry like that. If I'm in public, I almost can never cry. I did have one moment right before we went out during one of the challenges where I just started inexplicably crying, and I was like, this is so embarrassing. But sometimes when you do that, they'll pull you immediately and say, let's go do a confessional right now. Because they want to get you while you're like at your worst.
I thought you were about to say that they were going to like comfort you, but
no. Well, they will, because the producers were really nice. They would comfort you, but then they'd be like, do you want to go like talk about it? I'm like, no.
First of all, thanks again.
Thank you.
Shay.
This was so fun.
We're so glad that you got to
real.
stay
I
at
love
Boulder
this.
Ridge, and we hope to see some fun dining stuff. I'm sure you were very busy, like you
Definitely.
said, eating your way through
did.
a week.
I got to hang out there and eat a lot. I love lots of good restaurant content coming up. You got Geyser Point. You got Artist Point, Storybook Dining.
Yep.
My favorite character meal. I don't like character meals, but I like that one with Snow White.
Did you do Whispering Canyon? Was that yesterday?
Whispering Canyon, I did yesterday morning,
Nice.
which is fun. There's a lot of hooting and hollering at that restaurant. So if you're not into hooting and hollering, you might want to skip that one. But it's pretty. There's like wacky hijinks. They're throwing napkins. They're putting 1,000 ketchup bottles on your table, wearing big like styrofoam cowboy hats. I think it's fun. The food's really good too.
What else do you have going on that you want to tell us about?
Just follow me on TikTok and Instagram at the Shay Spence to figure out what I'm doing, what's coming up next. I have a few things percolating, but spending a lot of my time writing and making videos. And I put out pretty much daily videos, whether it's recipes or travel guides to Disney and beyond.